Welcome to On Point, the only real and unscripted talk show that educates, motivates, and inspires. Featuring interesting topics on health, finances, real estate, education, technology, politics, legal issues, and more. And now, here are your hosts, David and Delroy. Hello, my name is Delroy Souden, and welcome to On Point, the talk show. Today I have a very special guest with me. His name is Roosevelt J. Donna, and he's an attorney based here in the city of Newark, and I am grateful to have you here today. How are you, my brother?
I'm doing very well, man.
Awesome.
We're here. Thank you. It's an honor, pleasure, and privilege to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. We've been trying to get you for a while, but because of your very busy schedule, we finally get a hold of you, and I'm grateful for that. Well, just to tell you a little bit about Mr. Roosevelt Donna. Roosevelt has extensive experience in the areas of business, real estate development, public policy, government relations, I should say, in the city of Newark and throughout the state of New Jersey, and even within some international jurisdictions. Roosevelt served as the Director of Government Relations and Strategic Planning for Brick City Development Corporation in the city of Newark, New Jersey, Economic Development Corporation. After Brick City Development Corporation, he worked in New Jersey State Assembly Majority Office before he was recruited to Wall Street, where he served in the Global Legal Compliance and Regulatory Office at one of the world's largest insurance organizations. Roosevelt currently serves as Redevelopment Counsel for several New Jersey municipalities and has counseled Wanda James, a former President Obama appointee, member of President Obama's 2008 Financial Committee, and the first African-American woman to open and operate a cannabis dispensary in the state of Colorado. As a government relations expert, Roosevelt has also advised organization leaders on the impact of proposed legislation and determine appropriate responses to changes in legislation at city, state, and federal levels. A former Eagleton Institute of Politics fellow, Roosevelt earned his law degree from Rutgers Law School, where he was a Dean List Merit Scholar recipient and a member of Rutgers Business Law Review. He earned his undergraduate law degree from Georgetown University, which he attended on a 4-year academic scholarship. Roosevelt is a Leadership Newark Fellow, the Vice Chair of the Board of Directors of the Newark Symphony Hall, Chairman of the Board of FP Youth Outcry Foundation Incorporated, was a member of East Orange Mayor Ted R. Green's transition team, and was appointed by the Supreme Court of New Jersey to the Board of Trustees for the New Jersey IOLTA Fund. Welcome, Mr. Donna. How are you this afternoon?
We are blessed and highly favored and in good company, so it's all good.
Awesome.
We're with Delroy.
Now I've read some of your accomplishments. Now tell me a little bit about who you are outside of everything that you've accomplished.
Who I am is simple. I'm just a guy in a bow tie and a hat, is what I like to tell folks. Run of the mill, just a regular guy. I am the son of immigrants to Haitian parents. I am a proud Haitian. My parents instilled in me a tremendous work ethic, surrounded us with love, although we didn't have much other things. And we're here. So just someone who's trying to do what he has, do the best with what he has, where he is, with what he has at his disposal for the betterment of the community.
Now, you were recently elected to FP Youth Outcry
Yes, sir.
Foundation, Inc. Board of Directors as the chairman of the board.
Yes, sir.
Why do you think your fellow board members elected you?
First I'd like to say it's an honor, privilege, and a pleasure to have been selected to the chairmanship of that most esteemed board, because FP Youth Outcry Foundation is doing God's work, is doing very serious work in the city of Newark, and it's working and attempting to treat trauma, both physical and mental, with respect to the residents in this city. Something that's needed. We're building a first-of-its-kind trauma center, which is going to treat physical and mental trauma with support of culinary experts, support of art and culture experts, and music experts to really help cure some of this trauma. As it relates to why my board members elected me, my hope is that they see in me someone who is serious, someone who has compassion, someone who has the ability to lead, and someone who may be able to bring some resources to bear and utilizes the resources that are available for the betterment of the organization.
Awesome. And why are you assuming the role, and what do you hope to accomplish within this role that you have assumed?
I've assumed the role because my peers have called on me to assume the role. And at the end of the day, I've never been one to really stand by idly. You'll never hear me complain. I don't have a big voice, so I'm not going to be yelling. I'm not much of a marcher or protester. I'm really someone who just rolls up his sleeves and gets to work. So with respect to why I was elected, I think my colleagues understand that he's going to get to work and he's going to get the job done.
And FP Youth Outcry is operated under the hub.
Yes, sir.
That's what it's operated under. What do you hope to accomplish as the chairman of the board? Where do you see the hub in the next, let's say, a year to 5 years?
Sure.
Under your leadership.
Well, working in concert with the most able executive director, Tariq Best, my hope is very simple: to leave the organization in a better position than what I found it. And that's an approach that I apply in my daily life, right? As it relates to where I see the organization in 5 years, simple. The hub, as a trauma treatment center, will be the premier trauma treatment center, both physical and mental trauma, in these United States of America. And in concert with Tariq Best, with the full support of the Honorable Mayor Raz J. Baraka in this great city of Newark, who's doing a fantastic job, and all the other individuals, all the other agencies, the City Council of Newark, Governor Murphy, and all the other politicians in the state of New Jersey, I think we'll get there. As a matter of fact, I know we'll get there.
What is your leadership style, and how does it add value to the vision and the mission of the hub?
Sure. So my leadership style, I would say, is a horizontal leadership style. Having worked in corporate America, you'll understand that there are two leadership styles. There's a vertical, top down, and there's a horizontal, left to right. I submit that everyone within an organization has the capacity and ability to be a leader, and as such, they should be empowered to pitch in and to lead. So I'm really looking to my peers. Although I have the title of chairman, I'm as much of a worker as much as as anyone, right? Everyone's need to really look at the organization critically, top, bottom, left, and right, to understand where he or she can fit in to help, as I said a moment ago, make the organization a little bit better than the way they found it. So my leadership style is a horizontal leadership style.
And how would you encourage creative thinking within the organization? Because everyone has something that they're bringing to the table, but sometimes people tend to be a little hesitant to carry out, to exercise their strong point, because they may feel as if, they're stepping in someone else's toe within the organization. How would you go about navigating that and empowering that person to act within the scope of their role?
That work is really going to be done in concert with Executive Director Tariq Best. It's really setting a culture, setting a tone, one of self-improvement, regular self-improvement. As I said a moment ago, the goal should really be to get a little bit better every day. And if we take that approach personally, the prayer is that approach bleeds into your everyday life and everyday work. And as it relates to creativity, that's part of it, right? If every day you're trying to get a little bit better, that means that you approach situations with a frame of mind of understanding that, okay, there is a problem here, and I need to be as creative, I need to be as thoughtful, as resourceful as possible to solve that problem. But that comes from the top down and from the left to right to give folks the feeling and to encourage and empower individuals to exercise that creativity. So you need to reward that.
Right. And do you foresee any challenges as you move forward with the hub, knowing that, okay, there are things that needs to be fixed?
Sure.
Some may be easy fix or quick fix. Some may be a little more challenging.
Sure.
Do you foresee any challenge, and how would you go about approaching those challenges should they come
Sure.
about?
Challenges are a function of everyday life. We have challenges every day, every morning. So for sure, I foresee challenges. But as a good friend once told me, who was a Navy serviceman, and I thank him for his service and sacrifice on the eve of Veterans Day. He once said to me, "If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready." Which means that if you know you're going to face challenges, if you know you're going to face adversity and obstacles, your job is to get ready for it and prepare for it. So as it relates to the hub, yes, I foresee challenges. Yes, I foresee potential obstacles. What we're doing at the hub with this new leadership, with this new board that's being installed, is changing a culture, right? It's encouraging individuals to dream of higher heights and to dream of greater possibilities, which means that there's going to need to be a culture shift, and which necessarily means that there's going to be a mindset shift. You got to understand that certain folks have been thinking a certain way and have been working a certain way for a very long time.
Exactly.
And it's really going to be a very simple decision. It's, are you with what we're trying to do in terms of positioning ourselves to be the premier trauma center in these United States of America? If you're with positioning ourselves to be a resource within the great city of Newark under the leadership of Mayor Ras J. Baraka, to serve as a center where people can come and seek refuge and get something that's going to get them a little bit better than they were before. It's either you're with that or you're not. And if you're not with that, it's not a problem, right? Oftentimes people think about nonprofits as just a volunteer thing. I'm just going to go there and hang out. No, this is a very serious business, and we're going to approach it as such. And in conversation with Al Tariq Best, and in line with the way I see the world, I think we're going to be able to institute this new frame of thinking, this new way of being, and positioning the hub as what it needs to be in this great city of Newark, which is a center of hope, a center of life, and a place where people come and receive something that gets them a little bit better.
Awesome. And I must say that the hub is doing a phenomenal job.
Absolutely.
With the resources that
Absolutely.
we have. And, as the word gets out more, the community will respond even greater.
Agreed.
Now, as members of the hub, what can we do to ensure that it succeeds?
Sure. I think the answer to that question is simple. Own it, right? When you own something, you want to make sure that it's all right. You want to make sure it's preserved, that it's well cared for, and that it's in a position and ready to be used. I'd also say you need to love it, right? Because at the end of the day, when you love something, you want to see the best for
That's
it,
true.
right? When you love something, you want to see it grow, thrive, and flourish. So as it relates to the staff at the hub, and as it relates to the men and women who volunteer and who work dutifully at the hub, is really to own it and to love it. And I think if you approach your work that way, owning it and loving it, everything else is simple.
So true. Based on your observation, is there anything that you see that is currently missing, and how do we go about solving that or those missing pieces?
Sure. I can tell you that in the short time that I've been the chairman, and in the opportunities that I've had to walk the grounds and to meet and greet people, The staff at the hub presently is a great staff, is a staff that is committed to the work, is a staff that really wants to see, under the leadership of Tariq Best, the elevation and development of the hub. And quite frankly, everyone there loves Newark and wants to see Newark thrive. So that's been a very heartening experience. And as it relates to areas of improvement, I really haven't had a chance to really assess that yet. And I think in the coming, I know in the coming days and weeks, as Tariq and I continue to forge our relationship, as we continue to synergize our ways of thinking, we'll be able to identify the places within the hub where we can improve and be a little bit better. So my answer to the question is, right now everything is all good, but once we get under the hood and we start looking, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to find something that needs some fine-tuning.
What will the key performance indicators for the organizations, and how will you measure them as you go along?
Sure. The performance indicators are going to be quantitative, numbers, and qualitative, the quality of the work we're doing. We need to get the programming up. We need to be ramped up and prepared to receive the survivors that are going to be coming to the hub once the word gets out about what we're doing. So we're going to need to be measuring how much programming, what type of programming, what we're doing to support the residents of Newark. So that's a quantitative analysis that we're going to have to employ there. Qualitatively speaking, I mean, we can just stand at the door, right, and watch people walk in and see how they walk in and hope that what we're doing within the hub has them walking out with their head held a little bit higher, with their chest poked out a little bit more, feeling a little bit better about themselves and feeling a little bit better about this city. So
Awesome.
Quantitative and qualitative, I think, are going to be the measurements.
Awesome. And my final question is, what word of encouragement do you have for maybe parents out there who are having a difficult time,
Sure.
Just navigating work, trying to manage the kids' situation?
Sure.
What word of encouragement can you say to these families, and how would the hub play into helping them at least with the after-school program that their child may be in need of while they are still at work?
Sure. One thing I may say is, one thing I would say is, it could always be worse. It might be better, but it could always be worse. You're alive. Although your situation may not be where you want it to be, you're alive. You're breathing, and you have an opportunity in this day to make it a little bit better tomorrow if you're given the chance.
Exactly.
So it's take heart and knowing that hopefully with what the hub is going to be offering, those darker days brighten up a little bit, and know that you're not alone, right? You have individuals such as yourself, Delroy, who's volunteering at the hub and providing your expert service and your professional acumen as it relates to communication and media, here, ready, standing by to support the individuals coming in. So I guess the word would be take heart that you're not alone, and understand that it could always be worse, but at least today you have an opportunity to try to make it a little bit better.
Awesome. And with that said, this is my interview with Mr. Roosevelt J, and he is the current chairman of the board of FP Youth Outcry,
Yes, sir.
also known as the Hub, which means helping us become better. Thank you so much, Mr. Duno.
Thank you.
And looking forward to your awesome leadership.
Appreciate you. Looking forward to
Awesome.
working with you.
Thank you, sir. This has been another episode of On Point. We're staying on purpose for our communities. In all that you do, remember to keep it on point.